Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. If you are new to my daily vlogs, my name is Kels. I am a military spouse living here in Okinawa, Japan. And I have kind of a odd life. I currently live with my husband, but we are in the process of getting a divorce. I am trying to figure out if I want to stay here in Okinawa. And to be able to do so, I need to get a part-time job to go with my current job. Currently, I work at Wick Overseas, and I absolutely love my job. I am going to keep this job if I can get a sofa job that I can do in the evenings and weekends. I am polyamorous. I am also a witch, so lots of interesting stuff always going on. I like doing these daily vlogs to just show what my life is like, how unusual it is. If you don't know much about me, I am a tower senior for the apartment tower I live in, which is right behind me. If you're not familiar with military lingo or military life lingo, a tower is basically a apartment building. That's what they call them out here. And as a tower senior, I am the go-between between my residents and the Marines that oversee us, as well as the base commander, housing, and all of those programs that work with the residents and take care of the space. Highly recommend going to check out the video I posted a couple of days ago to give you an idea of some of the things that I deal with, such as the fire alarm issue only going off for half the building at 7:30 at night, and then having emergency maintenance just turn off our fire alarms for 24 hours. I deal with some interesting stuff, but I also have really cool interactions with Japanese, one of which I hope to document today. There is a Starbucks that I go to basically every day because I love the people who work there. I love the drinks that they make, but I've just made such a great connection with some of the baristas there that I absolutely love seeing them every day and talking to them. And I actually have 2 gift bags that I'm going to give to them. One of them, I keep referring to her as my favorite barista. She's usually the one working the drive-thru. I absolutely love her. Her name is Shioku. And she gets concerned if I don't order my usual drink and wants to make sure that I have it. And she also knows Jeremy's drink because he's gone often with me. And if she, like on a Saturday, hears me order a sweet milk coffee and then order something else with it, I've overheard her in the past with the speaker taking the order or at the window going, "No white chocolate mocha?" Because that's his typical drink. She is that freaking amazing as a barista that she has recognized our orders. But she's always just so sweet. And there's another barista there that I see often. And she had seen my Starbucks lunch bag, this one, and had mentioned that she really wanted to get one, but unfortunately the store sold out before she could get one. Well, thanks to amazing Milso over on Kadena, I was able to get another one of those lunch boxes, and I have a little goodie bag of the lunch box and some American treats to give her as well once we see her. Now, these gift bags have been in my car for the past couple of days because neither one of them has been at work. It's very typical for Shioku not to work Wednesdays and Thursdays, I've noticed. And since today is Friday, hopefully she will be in, so we can hopefully give her at least her goodie bag. But I'm hoping the other one is there. And I am awful with names. I'm also very awkward when I meet new people. I just learned Shioku's name about a week or 2 ago, and I don't know the other lady's name. I feel awful, but it's just my Japanese is extremely limited. In fact, the phrase that I use the most often that always makes Japanese laugh, and I'm wondering if it's because I'm saying something wrong or the fact that I know this phrase so well, but I don't know any other Japanese, is kind of funny to them. But most often when I'm talking to a Japanese person, especially if they don't speak a whole lot of English, I say, "Watashi no Nihongo wa hyon desu," which from my understanding, means my Japanese is horrible. Now, I am trying to make friends with some of the locals here to better improve my Japanese. But either my brain is just stupid or it's the ADHD. I'm having a very hard time grasping Japanese. And for some reason, when I'm trying to speak Japanese or remember Japanese phrases, suddenly I can speak Spanish very, very well, especially when I'm drunk. There was one time when we were living in Iwakuni and I was out with a bunch of milsos and we were all stupid drunk. And one of them was just like, I was having a full-on conversation in Spanish with the bartender, who also spoke Spanish, thankfully. He was Japanese. But she said it was the most hilarious thing to see the most white girl ever speaking Spanish in a Japanese bar with a Japanese man and him answering me in Spanish. So, and keep in mind, I only have a high school level of Spanish. It's not like I'm fluent in Spanish or anything. And I'm also turning 43 this month. So, at that time, I hadn't spoken Spanish in probably 10 years. It's even more now that I'm now turning 43, so like almost 20 years I haven't spoken a whole lot of Spanish. I have been able to use Spanish a little bit at work because we do have some Spanish only speaking participants. But it is very hard for me to learn languages, especially Japanese, but I am trying. I'm trying very, very hard. And that is my nudge from my phone that I need to get onto work. Still getting used to this car. Couldn't find the start button. That is my ETC reader, basically my toll pass reader, letting me know I don't have a card.
Car Navi Station by Panasonic.
And that is my sound system. And I don't know what that one is. I don't know. But we are going to head to work. Since it is spring break for the Marines, I have to do a breathalyzer to go to work to leave base. It annoys the heck out of me. But, excuse me. We are going to do it. And then we're getting Starbucks and hopefully giving away these goodie bags. I really, really want to give them to them. I've been so nervous about giving it to them because I don't know if they'll even like the treats that I got. I got American treats that I didn't think they would be able to get locally easily. But I also don't want to make it awkward between us, but I just appreciate them so much. They really make my day. And, yeah. I apologize if I seem a little off or crazy, or than normal, I should say. Last night, I did not get a whole lot of sleep because... Why did my car just moan? Please tell me y'all heard that too. That was weird. But last night, I went to bed early for once, about 9 o'clock. At 11:30, my phone started going off with earthquake announcements, letting me know that a earthquake was coming in 400 seconds and it was doing the countdown. And it wasn't just this phone going off, it was also my watch. And I was dead asleep when it jolted me awake because the alarm on this thing is annoying. And it's supposed to be annoying, it's supposed to get your attention. So it took me a while to fall back asleep after that. So now I feel like this weird, I'm tired, but I'm also hyper. So I'm sorry if that's coming across in the video, but that's who I am today. All right, let's go to work. Ohayou gozaimasu.
Hi. Kawaii you ne.
Thank you. Finally got a new car.
New car?
Yes.
Wow. Get that this car.
Thank you.
かわいい。
My husband wrecked his car, so he took my old car, and I got this.
なるほどね。ブルーカー。
Yes.
はい。
Wait.
多かった。3,000 yen.
Oh, did I give you 3,000?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I gave you 2,000.
2,000 でよかった。ごめんね。
I need coffee today. But, Shioku,
あ、そう。
I have question.
何
This is for you,
嘘 Thank you!
and I have present for you.
すごいみんなにすごいこれ私欲しくて買いなかった
You said you wanted the lunch bag, and my friend had one. You're welcome.
だけど
You're welcome.
ありがとうねどうしようめっちゃ嬉しい次の人は2人でおごりましょう
Thank you.
嬉しい
Y'all both always make my morning so happy.
Yeah, we happy.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye. Oh my god, I can't believe we finally were able to give them the presents. Oh my gosh. I am so freaking happy. As you could hear from our conversation, she knows so much about me. She knew my old car and recognized that I was in a new car, and she likes it. She said kawaii. I'm so happy we were able to give them both the presents. They were both right there. Oh my gosh. They really do make my days so much better. Hey y'all. So, off work, me and Cassie decided to dip a little early today because it's just been absolutely freaking dead. We're also in a mood because our regional manager has been nitpicking us about stupid stuff. She's very quick to nitpick about little things that shouldn't matter, like whether a participant's name is capitalized or not, or not asking us why our schedule looks like somebody is double booked, when the reason it looks like it's double booked is because the person that was originally scheduled there let us know that they weren't going to be coming, but we haven't been able to get a hold of them in order to reschedule for a new appointment. But somebody else wanted that time slot for their appointment, so we went ahead and put the second person in the same time slot, but left the original appointment there so we know to keep reaching out to reschedule them. Me and Cassie are good. We are really freaking good at our office. Our participants love us. They love the level of care that they are getting from us. And our regional manager is just always nitpicking us at things that don't even matter. She never has anything good to say about us or anything like that. And it's just... She's also very hypocritical. Like, me and Cassie, I've explained before how me and her break up our day, especially on days like today where we don't have a lot of appointments and stuff like that. Like, we didn't have early morning appointments, so there was no point in Cassie being here this early, whereas I have morning paperwork that I need to do and take care of before appointments start. Preferably before appointment starts. That way I don't get distracted and forget things. So I have no problem if Cassie wants to come in late and work out, because that means I'm free to leave early if I need to for something. As long as we've got the clinic covered and one person's not swamped with everything, me and Cassie don't care. But our regional manager, she missed 2 days of work last week. She missed 1 whole day and 2, possibly 3. We can't get confirmation on the third one. Partial days. Me and Cassie know the reason why. My regional manager doesn't know that I know the reason why. But she doesn't alert us. She doesn't let us know how to contact her or anything like that. Like, I responded to an email that she sent to us about nitpicking stuff. About if a participant wasn't part of the old system, we're not supposed to capitalize their name. But it says in 3 different other parts of the profile, very easily found, whether or not they were part of PIMS 3 or if they're only PIMS 4 people now. PIMS is the software that we use. I'm sorry, but when I'm getting new participants' information, it doesn't quickly come across my brain, hey, turn the caps lock off, because I have to use the caps lock for so many other parts of the program. I'm frustrated. And I'm being overly negative and harsh, and I shouldn't be doing that. But it's such a minor thing. I mean, the same page of the program that says the participant's name also says if they were brought in from PIMS 3 or not. There's also 2 or 3 other sections where you can very quickly click, and it tells you without having to open anything what system they joined in under. Their name being capitalized or not shouldn't matter. We're also frustrated with the fact that she's taking all this time off, and we know that she's not using PTO to do it. But we have such strict guidelines on when we're supposed to use PTO, when we're not supposed to use PTO, when we're supposed to let her know when we're not going to be in office, and blah, blah, blah. Like, if our doctor's appointments take more than an hour, we're supposed to use PTO. But yet she can come down here on a Friday to our office on Camp Foster. She works on Kadena, which is 30 minutes that way, and file her taxes for 3 hours and not file PTO. I mean, she has taken so much time off just in the past month that it is more PTO than we can accrue in a year. It's very hypocritical, and me and Cassie don't like hypocrites. If she has the freedom of bouncing in and out of her office whenever she wants, we should have the same ability. If all of our objectives are being taken care of, if our participants are happy and feeling seen and heard and appreciated, and not just being rushed out like they are in Kadena. We have so many people that start off at Kadena that want to be seen here at Foster. Or people who live on Kadena come down here to qualify and end up liking the vibe of our office so much that when we tell them that since they live on Kadena, they should most likely be seen at the Kadena clinic, they choose to start services with us because they like us. They like the way our offices feel, how they feel welcoming and homey and not clinical. We don't treat them like a number or just a random face. We know them by name. We appreciate them. We ask them about things that they have brought up in previous appointments that have nothing to do with WIC. And we get no credit for any of that. Instead, we get nitpicked on whether a name is fully capitalized or not. But it's Friday. I'm going to forget all of this happened. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I am going to stop off at my favorite sandwich place out here called Stickywich and grab dinner for me and Jeremy. It's this really great Japanese place. It's kind of American style sandwiches. They're all done on subs, but the bread is fresh made. Everything is absolutely delicious. But the thing that I really, really, really appreciate is that you can order a full-size sandwich, a half-size sandwich, or a third of a sandwich. Now, they are a little bit pricier than most of the other restaurants in this area, but they are well worth the price. And their fries are so freaking good. They've got like this garlic herb mixture that they toss them in. Like it's actual fresh chopped garlic that they toss them in, not just garlic powder. They're so freaking good. So I'm going to stop in there. It has been forever since I've had them. Most of the time, because I had to pick up Jeremy and Stickywich is in the opposite direction of Fatima, I wouldn't usually go there after work. Me and Cassie occasionally go there. In fact, I think that was the last time I went there was because me and Cassie went maybe in January. So it's been a long time since I've been there. Not sure what I'm going to get. My usual with them is a pulled pork. But I really like it because it has pineapple on it, but the pineapple chunks have been soaking in jalapeno juice. So they're very spicy and tangy, but they're not overly spicy. But I'm not sure if I want that. So I'm going to see if they have anything new. Plus, the interior of the place just reminds me of places back home in San Diego. Like, you could put it either in Chapel Hill or San Diego, and it would fit right in. It doesn't scream local Japanese place. But yeah, I'm going to do that and then head on to Kinzer. But I'm going to take y'all with me to Stickywich and let you see what it's all about because I absolutely love that place. And thank you for letting me vent. I don't like talking negatively about people, but both me and Cassie were really upset by the things that she's been nitpicking and once again being gone this week without telling us. Because if we did have an issue with a participant, we wouldn't know whether we're supposed to deal with Emily, who is the person in charge when Paige isn't around, or are we supposed to send Paige a text message on WhatsApp? Because she's not responding to emails. And she's supposed to be available to respond to emails, even if she takes off during the workday. So I mentioned it before in another vlog. I work really hard to be really good and to go above and beyond at jobs, especially when I love the job. And when I feel like people are trying to portray me as being incompetent or doing a bad job, it pisses me off. And it makes me feel unappreciated. But I'm going to drive out of this parking lot. I'm going to leave all these feelings and emotions behind, and I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend because the weather's making it look like the thing that I wanted to do tomorrow after I got my nails done and after I got done with therapy, it's not going to happen. Well, it may still happen, but I'm not going to go to it if it's raining. There's this, excuse me, there's this food festival called Food Fleet. And I really want to go to it, not only because it looks interesting because it's a food festival, but the guy who dyed those 2 sweatshirts for me, Iro's dyeing, is going to be there. So it'd be cool to see him again. But like I said, I'm not going to go if it's raining. So I may go do something else. I just don't know what yet. I'll figure it out. But let's get on the road and leave all this negativity behind, because this weekend's going to be too much fun to have negativity. All right, back in the car. I have food. But no longer having a heart attack, because when I got out of the car, traffic was too bad for me to get back into the car. I realized this part of my wallet was not on it. So I just went into the restaurant and figured I would deal with it when I got back. And thankfully, the handle was actually in my purse. So I didn't have to worry about it. So I got food for me and Jeremy, and I'm going to show it to y'all real quick and then head home to Kinzer. But God, that smells so good. These are the fries. But yeah, excuse me. Look at all the seasoning and whatnot that is on there. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. Oh, all right. I'm going to set that down for a second. Straight out of the fryer. Oh my gosh. Also, I love that they do this. A lot of Japanese places out here do it, but it's little plastic cups with packets to put your ketchup in, so that way you're not making a mess. All right, so Jeremy ordered a full jerk chicken. I'm not going to unwrap his because it's not my food to unwrap. This is just half. Look at this compared to my face. This is freaking huge. This is just half, yeah. This is the other half. But he has a normal stomach. I don't. So he can eat a lot more than me. This is my little third, which much more reasonably sized. I will show you what I got though. I decided to get something different. I mean, it's something I get quite often, but it was different than the pulled pork I was telling y'all about. I got the melty steak mushroom melt. But yeah, look at how good that looks. It's got a ton of cheese and mushrooms and steak, and it's just... There's also extremely hot, but great cheese pull. But absolutely freaking delicious food. Can't wait to go home and eat too. But yeah, we both got a large order of fries. I got a large because even when their fries get cold, unlike most other places, they're still really good to munch on. So, tonight while I'm either editing videos, which is what I should be doing, or just cuddling Katniss and watching YouTube videos, I can munch on fries if I want to. But just as soon as I got to my car, it started raining. So, love that for me. I am grateful that it held off until I got my car, though. But one thing that really irked me when I went in here, there was a female that was in there. I know she was Army because she's still wearing her camis. And she was at the front by the register when I first walked in. By the time I walked up to the register area to get in line behind her to order, she was starting to walk away. But the whole time, from the time I walked in the door, I could just hear her yelling into her phone. She had a little earpiece in, talking about how she doesn't want to deal with these, well, I can't even use the language that she was using, but basically these effing idiot blank holes. That's about as best as I'm going to put it. And that their food wasn't worth dealing with these a-holes. Excuse me, if the person on the phone really wanted the food that effing badly, they can get off their butt and come down here and deal with these a-holes themselves, because she was done trying to explain English to them. We are in Japan. You're going into a business off base, clearly Japanese, run by Japanese people. They do a very good job at speaking English. I have never had an issue talking with them. Excuse me. They've always been incredibly fast, incredibly nice, and the food is freaking amazing. So I don't know what happened to make her act like that. Now, I do know that this place is like a lot of Japanese places down here, where what is on the menu is exactly how your order is going to come, and you can't do substitutions or anything like that. It is not like a typical American place where you can add extra stuff or subtract stuff or anything like that. That is something that they make very clear in the welcome aboard briefings that they have when military personnel and their families come here. Because that is kind of a culture shock to some people, that you can't have it your way. The Japanese system is very much set up to what is on the menu is what they're willing to make. Now, some places like Starbucks will make some customizations within reason. Like my sweet milk coffee, I get light ice. The only reason I get extra coffee is because when the first time I ordered it with light ice, because I didn't want to have a ton of ice in it, because the very first time I ordered it, it was just packed to the gills with ice. They asked me if I wanted extra milk or extra coffee to make a difference. So that way I'm getting, the coffee looks the same when they hand it to me, as if they had gotten all the ice in it. Otherwise, it would have looked like I was shorted quite a bit of the drink, even though it's the same amount of drink that would have been in the cup with a ton of ice. But because I only took them up on that suggestion because they offered it. I'm not going to go into a place and just go in and start making a whole bunch of substitutions and things of that nature, or ask for things to be taken off, because I know that's not the Japanese way. And I am a guest in their country. It is not my place to come in there and demand how they change how they do things. Their system works for them, and that's why they stick to their system. I really wanted to say something because it is Americans like that woman who make being able to have relationships with locals and local businesses that much harder. I made sure to let the gentleman know when I was getting my food how much I appreciate their business and love their food and have always appreciated the customer service I've gotten, because that's the honest truth. And that's also why I really wanted to do something for my favorite barista and the other barista that I gave the gifts to, because I do appreciate them. I do know that it is the norm in Japan to always provide customer service and to be happy and outgoing and things of that nature when you're in a customer service job. But I've also noticed that, especially with like my favorite barista and stuff, they go above and beyond. They know things about me. They know my routines. They know my favorite drink and stuff like that. And I mean, maybe that is the norm in Japan, and I don't understand the tiny intricacies that go on within the Japanese culture, but I wanted them to know that I appreciate them and I appreciate what they do and how impactful them doing their job and whatnot makes my day better and brighter. And I'm not trying to say I'm a better American because I try to understand Japanese culture or whatever. I'm just trying to be a better guest. So that way, when there are people who act like how this woman was acting, they don't sit there and assume that we're all that way. That's why I try and learn the small things. Like, if I get to Starbucks too early, I'm supposed to pull into a parking space and wait. And if there are other cars who have pulled into the parking lot first, I am supposed to give them time to get into the drive-thru before me when Starbucks opens because they were there first. I'm grateful to be in this country. I'm grateful to have these experiences and to meet these people. And I want them to know that I am grateful and that I appreciate them and appreciate these opportunities. And it just bugs me that there are so many people who are here and take it for granted and try and make Japan less Japanese to be more American. And we should be learning their customs. We should be learning their things. It's one of the reasons why I want to learn Japanese better, so that way I can be more respectful. I feel like I'm just complaining again. All right, I'm going to head home before my food gets cold because this food is delicious and deserves to be eaten hot. Today started out so well. I'm so happy we were able to give the baristas their gifts. And unfortunately, today just had a negative shadow over it after that. But I'm not going to let it affect the rest of my day or my weekend. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I just have no idea what I'm going to do. But tomorrow morning is therapy and nails, and then I'll figure out something to do. But I hope y'all have a good one, and I will see y'all tomorrow. And be good. Be nice. And I appreciate y'all watching. I know I do these videos for me, and I find it really cool that other people watch them. And I appreciate the fact that y'all do. But even if nobody watched these, I'd still do it, because going back and editing these vlogs, I'm seeing so many cool things that I've gotten to see and do. And I've gotten to really learn a lot more about me. Like how blatantly obvious the ADHD signs were. And I'm not as boring as I thought I was. But I have a very unique and interesting life. And I get to experience some really cool stuff. And doing the daily vlogging is helping me appreciate that even more and not take it for granted. So I'm glad I have this to do. And there's an ambulance coming. It is really cool to see how the roads just split so that way the ambulance can go by easily. I have a shorts that shows that actually that happened a little over a year ago. And that was on a bridge. So that was really cool. But I will see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Bye.